Today, we eat blackberries. Come on, let's go.
Hello, 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 family. If I could just get confirmation that I'm live and I'm here. This tea is still too hot. I am I'm here with us. I took the day off. Exciting time to come in here. I've done a similar stream like this before. Let's not grade it on success or failure. Uh, that's it is what it is. But I came in here today and I said to myself, because I keep thinking about how can I improve this stream. And a lot of what I'm learning is the energy that there's all this creativity that's inside that's dying to get out. Thanks, guys. I see Mick the Pick and Shadow Black Entertainment in the chat. My moderators, thank you so much for joining. I suppose we might get an influx of people, so just raise your hand at a point if I have to kind of reiterate, why I'm here today, or if I have to introduce myself, which I haven't yet, but I'll get to that. So, Shadow Black, haven't seen you in a couple days. We've been rocking out. This is day 14. Day 14. What is that? DSC Cuatro. We've been in here streaming. Daytime stream was not in the cards, but I like to call it a midday stream. I really wanted to get on here. I turned my camera on today for the first time in some time. We've been going back and forth with the cameras, and I'm just trying to get it right. It's not about being a perfectionist or anything. It's for me, it's about uh just getting it right and seeing the quality within it, no pixelated graphics. Do what you can. Like I said, I always say I'm not spending any monies. So make the pick, you notice. So you would think I'll just let you decide this one. This is for Mick the Pick. um am I using, let's get some good options here. Am I using a SLR camera that I have laying around? I don't think so, but you can choose that if you want. Am I using the original webcam that I had? Am I using a new webcam? Did I go to the store? It's definitely a new vibe in here today, and I like it. I like it. When the sun is out and the lights coming through, the colors kind of pop better, so I don't have to do as much on the effect side. But anyone just joining in the chat, I see some people who came in here. We're doing the midday stream. This You don't need much energy to do it. If you want to put it on in the background, that's also fine. I'm Darnell just talking. I am coming in here just for, I guess, some entertainment for you, but also some entertainment for me. I'm trying to do somewhat of a BTS stream this midday. I'm going to switch over to a smaller camera and you kind of just see what's going on in my computer. If the music is bothering you, you probably barely could hear it because it doesn't seem loud in my ear. But if the BTS, if the background music is bothering you or disturbing anyone, let me know. Um, but yeah, we're gonna get into it shortly. I would just do a small recap off the top of the dome of what's been going on. Today's Monday. It is Monday the 16th. We had an awesome weekend of streams. My best streams were within the last few days. So if you want to subscribe to the channel, do so. You'll catch me. I'm not really committed to a time, but I have been streaming more so in the evening hours, 10, 11-ish Eastern time. Uh, we're growing. We're just bringing positive energy and positive vibes for you people who want to swipe for now. I do have long-term dreams to do more wide format videos and streams. But people who love the swipe and find people and come across people, who said today that I'm not that guy? I hope I am. If I'm not, hey, maybe we'll meet another day. Not stressing it. So let me just read this comment real quick. Oh man, I'm thinking we're using a new webcam. Is it a Logitech? Man, it's how did he know? How did he know? So there's some falsehood in your comment, and there's some truth. So it's not a new webcam. This webcam I've probably had for 10 to 12 years. I guess Logitech did a really good job of making a HD camera a long time ago, well before everyone wanted to storm out and be a. Yeah, of course, when I have the best energy on streams, that's when I'm gonna get the technical difficulties. So just bear with. I'm fighting having children that want to watch their on-demand videos and their streams. So might have somewhat of an internet issue. Always a thumbs up or one in the chat just to know that things are going good. If you want me to start this over, this where I'm at with the stream so far, we haven't really gotten into anything, so you haven't missed anything. I was just talking about the last few days of streaming. We celebrated Valentine's Day Eve. Valentine's Day, I kind of left to you guys, even though I did a stream, I didn't really harp on it. The topic on Valentine's Day Eve was, "Are you a sucker for love?" Which was really exciting to see people give some feedback. We put a nice poll. The poll, again, I'm paraphrasing here. The poll was whether or not you are a sucker for love, whether you were a sucker for love, or never that. It was never you. So that's, we're just having fun like that. So today, it is February 16th. This is a midday stream. I think we had another cool poll where we tried to figure out what makes the best streamer or content creator. And from what I can remember, what I should be focused on, I think confidence came out of it. So I'm working on the confidence aspect. Never really thought of it like that. It's not like I'm trying to go find, a mate or holla at somebody. So if I need to bring more confidence, tell me in the chat. Tell me my confidence is too low. I do on my end. I'm having problems seeing the chat. So let me just close this thing out real quick and reopen it. You guys are probably chatting in there and saying, "Why am I not reading?" But no, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Okay, so let's get started. Anybody have anything they want to say before I get started and going off into my creative? Thanks, Mick the Pick. My creative process. Is the music too loud, Shadow Black? Is the level good? We're at 9.5 dB. We know you know what dB means, so just let me know if the music is okay. And like I said, the music is mint. Mick the Pick, we're gonna have a whole stream about these words that I have no idea, and I think about when I hear those words. This is a unique thought I was having earlier. When I hear these words, I don't automatically know how to translate them. It's like hearing another language, like spoken language, like Spanish, and I don't always know how to translate those words. But I'm gonna try. This was the virtual world makes it hard. So you guys keep coming with the words, but I think we should do like a top 5 words and just give some glamour to some of these words, the mid and mint and riz, and so that'll be a fun stream. Definitely, I've been thinking about how do we capture the concept, but like I said, we're just gonna do a BTS stream. I am so surprised it's taking me 10 minutes to even get to this point. That's definitely showing growth as a streamer. I know I have my moderators hitting the chat. Others are watching. If you wanna comment and kind of join in, that's fine with me. I think I am hoping to have some subscribers. I do want to work on like a stream goals kind of graphic and some other things. So let's get started. Raise a hand if you want to know what I'm using or what I'm thinking about. I do not mind talking through it. Um, so let's just get started. I don't have a soundboard yet, so just assume that I just created an explosion. See, I don't even know what those hands mean, Mick the Pick. Just text me what those in the type in the chat what those hands mean. It'll help me out. All right. Hey, if you have your hand up, I call on you, sir. Okay. So I was in I guess I was in Chat GPT. I think one of the things that I've been working on is preparing for the stream better. And I added some tags. Hopefully the algorithm could do what it do with the tags. That's not really what I wanted to show you guys, but that's a start. So yeah, let me just I got so many windows open right now. It's not usual for me to do that. I'm usually a lot cleaner with the way I do this. So I was working on a concept. Um, I shouldn't even call it a concept. It was a pretty organic idea. I'll just show you what I recorded this morning. Um, so I was outside going to the chicken coop run, and I have not since 2025. I haven't really taken my camera out. I finally built up, to have my camera um because of streaming. I keep trying to see what's going to give me the best quality or the best look and feel. And I do have some equipment laying around. So my camera's around where, I never take it out anymore as a camera. I'm not using it as a DSLR. So I have like a Canon 60D. I love the camera. I feel like I've gotten the value out of the camera, but I've always had these goals to do a bigger project, maybe a movie, maybe some what a short used to be, maybe some shorts, a 13, 14-minute film. Um, so when I came on YouTube, obviously I leveraged the camera, but I don't think that I've gotten the best out of the use because I'm really, I think I got into chasing what's gonna hit, what's gonna pop, and I do feel like I've needed to take a step back and to just do what I understand in my creative process. But anyway, we could just look at the footage. So I always have music in my ears, so I'm listening to Bad and Bougie, and the idea is that I'm gonna make this is I'm well the initial idea is I'm gonna make a short. So I said, okay, I'm gonna just film me just being happy in the snow, right? So let me just play this. I'm talking so much. Might I guess I could play the audio too. Let me make this bigger. I'm sorry. We're live here, so oh, it's not playing. One second. Are they all not? Okay, let me close this program and open it back up. Sure. I noticed something earlier. I plugged in two cameras because I'm working on like a two camera setup, and this is where I struggle with Windows. my computer, I know, is strong enough to do whatever I'm trying to accomplish, but I do feel like you get much more crashes, and then the creative process gets blocked. So I'll just reopen that program. Who knows? Okay, so we're playing now. Let me get the desktop audio in. If the desktop is too loud, let me know. Okay. I see, people are jumping in and out. If you need to raise your hand and say, what are you doing? What is this for? Please do so. Like I said, I had a vision some time ago, maybe last year, to start doing BTS streams and to get people, just to see what happens behind the scenes. Maybe to spark interest on their part. Maybe not. But it's cool to share these things. There's nothing really to hide, right? So I'm not hiding. So I did have an idea for this. So let me just make that big enough so that it's just big enough for you. Pause. Alright. So I'm in the chicken run. I got a pretty decent shot of the chicken run, and I'm sorry, you hear that? That's me closing a metal bin. I can monitor this audio to see how good or bad it is. I'll answer your question in a second, make the pick. You know what? It'll be better to watch the goofiness just from the. So for me, I'm more than willing to have it in there, but for you guys, it may make more sense to have it in a media player. That way it'll be full mass. So let me work on that real quick. Make the pick. Oh, Shadow Black also wants to know. You guys are curious, man. What is this for? What are you doing, guys? Well, you're talking like I'm running away. At least that's how I read it on my side. I'm not going anywhere. So I'll give a proper introduction. Let me just pull up the shot. Okay, and we'll just pause here. Okay, so I thought maybe I gotta work on my intros. I want to give you enough of the footage because this vertical stuff, we were not meant to be vertical on the internet. Let's just be honest. And so when you want to show full mass stuff, it ain't you can't really do it both ways. Before I answer that question in the chat, if anyone just joined, I'm Darnell just talking. I'm doing a midday stream. I'm off of work today. I've been streaming nightly. Today's day 14, and today we're just doing like a BTS behind the scenes kind of stream. I'm going through my creative process, and hopefully you see how much fun I'm having. Uh, a lot of people who have to do this process, they if they're not professionals at it, like I'm not, they tend to find someone else to do it over time. But for me, there's like a deep connection with it. But like the video, subscribe if you want to hang out with me. Likely will be on tonight. Like I said, this is day 14. I'm just bringing positive vibes, nothing more, nothing less. It's your choice if you want to hang along with that, or feel free to swipe on, player. So, what am I doing this for? Let me just put it back up. So, this morning when I woke up, there was no concept, right? I've been playing around with this idea about the snow thawing, and I think you gotta figure out how to use your opportunities effectively. So, the snow's been on the ground. I don't know exactly where you guys live, but my whole backyard, that's a shot of my backyard. The snow's been there for a month. Excuse me, let me just sip my tea. The snow's been there for a month. I'll go find the date, but the snow's been there, right? Now, when it snows, most people they are inside. They're inside the house. They're not really doing a whole lot, right? So it's a wasted opportunity, in my opinion. So I'm thinking I'm trying to continue to create within reality. To me, what that means is I'm not faking it. I'm not doing it for the gram. And there's a fine line with a lot of the stuff that I uploaded where I feel like I'm putting a lot of work and I'm capturing certain things that can't, it's hard for those things to really come across. I think in my field, that's just not the field that I'm in, but when I studied in school, there's this thing called process message. I'll just throw that in the chat. And process message is when you think of like a commercial, at least when we were growing up, or people who had TV, process message is what you install or implement inside of your content. In this case, a commercial that you want the viewer to receive. So that is detailed and called out as a part of like the whole process, right? So you may not know psychologically what's happening, but this thing has been going on, long before modern day of the type of content that we interact with. So from the depth of that level, um, a lot of times I'm posting something or wanting to post something online, and I get frustrated that you can't understand that I'm trying to tell a larger story because everything we do has condensed down to this, short format. I'm on a format right now that you could say what he's saying is trash. So like you don't even have to pick up the remote. You don't have to fumble over the buttons. You could just say it's trash, swipe. So think about how these messages in the true art, the things that you may not what would draw you into me, what will make you connect with me. Uh, I have this smidget of time, like milliseconds, to prove that. So I struggle with that. And it helped me to go dark on YouTube. And I'm still studying as to why I went to the darkness, and now I'm saying all of that doesn't matter. I have a new outlook in a way to to look at these things, and that's why I'm here. So this morning I have a routine in the morning. Everyone has a routine. My routine, because I have children, it includes certain things. Because I have a dog, I have chickens. My chickens are laying right now in the winter. I work really hard to make that happen. So I got my protein, right? And so I got to go out no matter if this snow is 1 foot, 3 feet. I have to go outside, and this is my everyday. So I always have music in my ear, and I go outside and I'm vibing. So when I used to always have my camera with me, it was easy for me to just, put the camera up. I just keep the tripod in the area, and then bam, I got the camera. Now we'll just see what happens with that footage. So I'm slowly getting back to that. But I am favoring like the stream. Sorry that was long form, but what you're about to watch and why I'm doing this is because I'm looking for a concept so that I can continue to create and pump the content, but using the advantages that I have. Everyone doesn't have the advantage of snow on the ground. So I'm working on this concept called uh, I know it's not official yet, but I'm gonna just put it in the chat. It's thaw season, right? And I've been thinking about making trailer like footage without a movie coming to it. But the thaw, and I get that concept. I think there was a show on, it was either TLC or one of those channels that showed like the tundra, and they had like a concept of the thaw when in Alaska the season starts to change, and that's how it kind of feels. I've not felt this where snow has been on the ground and it has not been temperatures to get the snow off the ground for a long time. So I'm sorry, I went off. I didn't mean to do the talking. Yeah, yeah, Shadow Black. I'm glad you're still here. I went off on a whole tangent just to explain one little point. But yeah, thaw season. So my thing is I'm trying to work on this short, and this stream today was to just keep grabbing energy towards thaw season. So now let me tell you how I arrived at thaw season. And so I'm gonna try to use the hashtag. I would have originated this like concept. So my thing is, as the days go on, how many videos could I make that correlate to that like playlist, so to speak, of thaw season? I think conceptually, like that's how I think, and I just hope that when people get it, they understand these like groupings and bottles, and I'm not again spending money to make this happen. I'm just kind of working what what I have. So thaw season, first it was gonna be called the thaw, then it's like I think it's like I got it from like a hot girl summer. Like the Meg the Stallion is like it's fall season, and I really wanted it to be like a bigger weather concept to where I'm always active in these weather events. It doesn't matter, what it is. I still have to do my chores and, make these things happen. So that's really what I'm offering. But so I had Bad and Bougie by the Migos in my ear, and this is kind of what came of that. So, I mean, I ain't the best dancer, but I ain't the worst dancer either. So I'm listening to Bad and Bougie, and the thing about when you make, oh, I tripped there. That was funny. So this is organic. I was just walking and seeing like, okay, this is take one. What's gonna happen? Uh, that that thing was frozen in the ground. I didn't make that up. This just happened. Uh, So I have the music on in my ear, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, what is that thing that I'm gonna do? And at this point, I realize that it's gonna be a short. And I wish I just brought my phone out there instead of my bigger camera, because now I have the issue with it being a wide shot and have to figure out how to get the chunks out of it. Whereas when you do the phone and you just film on vertical, even though the bit rate, there's like a conversion that your editing software has to do. Um, yeah, I advice to myself, when I walk back, you never know when the colorfulness of this video is gonna come. Pause. So I would actually want to dance back. If I'm a, dance there, I'm a dance back. You didn't really get to see the beginning, so I'm gonna just move it over just a little bit. I know on a vertical stream this is hard. And tell me, guys, are you streaming from a phone or a computer? Because when I do the BTS stream, though I think is value, because I'm gonna try to carry, the stream. I think that it's value. Oh, I heard a cool. I really like the organic chicken sounds, because they be going, man. I'm gonna get some audio on the chickens and make some beats out of them. Again, something that people can't really replicate, because this is happening in real time. Um, yeah, if anyone in the chat could just tell me if I guess it's a two-part question. If you're on, are you on a computer? If you are, um, would you like to see a BTS stream, because you'll be able to get the full frontal, and I'll have like multiple things going on that I could like pull in. I don't know if BTS is probably harder. BTS is behind the scenes for those of you who don't know. Um, okay, so that's that video. Let's get into the next one. So now I'm starting to really get into it now. Oh, hold on. You- Luckily, my pants aren't sagging, so that's cool. So at that at that point right there, I was thinking, I have this short that I made. Maybe I could pull it up. I could pull it up, but I can't play the song, cause so one of the things that I'm trying to work. Let me just cut full mass for a second. So I'm trying to work within the constraints that these platforms offer. So in the case of YouTube, your vertical videos, your shorts, they're gonna get like mass, mass clicks, mass views compared to a long form if you don't have a large audience. But then the other thing is, I love music, so the fact that they allow for the music overlays with limitations, I think creates a big challenge, but also creates a big opportunity. So when you make, if you want to put music on your short, you can't have any audio on it, because when you put audio on it, I think one of the last videos I did, I got super excited about making this video, and it was just about me planting. This one probably broke my heart. I think we got to go with the glasses for this story. So this one kind of broke my heart because there is a song that is called Tighten Up, and the song has a lot of not intros, what do you call it, like solos. The song has different solos of the different instruments in the band, and there's like a dance to it. And I learned this dance from a director at my Boys and Girls Club when I was like a little kid, and then she passed away not that long after. So the song always like stayed with me. So when I was thinking of making this short, I'm like, man, this is awesome. I'm gonna use the Tighten Up song, right? So I started filming and I'm cutting and I'm doing all these, I'm playing the music in my head while I'm working through. It doesn't take that long because it's going to end up being a short. I think shorts max out at 3 minutes, but I'm not that interested. No one's really hanging on for 3 minutes, right? So I film this, I start editing. So the same kind of BTS process I go into, and I'm editing, and I'm super excited about what is about to happen. And from in the background, like I said, I have an emotional connection to the song. So I'm trying to do it justice, and I'm just getting better at this whole thing. And I connect the song via the YouTube app, because that's the only way to connect the song, I believe, is you have to actually be on the phone. So I create a video that has no sound. Well, this time I actually added sound, and that's why I'm telling you this. So I had sound of me saying something. I'm trying to get comfortable with just expressing something, right? So I was working on these videos where I wanted to do a series where it's like, today I do whatever, right? And it'll stick in your head. You could ignore it if you are a consistent follower of me, which is all good. But then new people, they'll be like, who's that today guy? So that's where I was going with that. And it happened organically. So I just kind of said, let me try it again. So all I did was say two lines. I think I said, like, today we're planting blackberries. And then I said today, no, no. So I said today we're planting blackberries, and then I was like, another day, another shower, and I threw like a shovel over my back, and it was a short. I think the short was great. It was edited nice, and when YouTube got a hold of it, YouTube only played the Tighten Up song for 22 seconds. So I did the standard minute, which is what they would allow if you don't have any audio. But that's not what happened. I had a little bit of audio, and it was just my voice. There was no music in the background. And for, I don't know if that's exactly how many seconds, 22, 24, that they allow for the song to play. But let's be real. I'm putting a short out there to go to an audience of people that I may not have. Definitely don't have that audience of people. And when they hear it, maybe they'll gravitate to the music. So yes, I do love the music, and I think the music is a good fit. But I'm trying to play within the opportunity of them allowing me to use that music, because that's the only, other than that, it's copyright strikes and get out of here, right? So I say all that to say, when you're making these shorts, or you're making videos, while you're filming it, you got to be conscious of the end product, because you don't want to waste, as a non-professional, you don't want to waste all this time into something, and then like at the last leg, that's it. You weren't able to finish. And I do remember how I felt about, man, I was so happy about this video, and then I only got like 24 seconds of the song. A couple of people even hit me up and was like, "Yo, why did the song cut off?" Because they don't understand it from the BTS side. They don't understand it behind the scenes. Um, but sorry, I got long-winded. Guys, if you're still hanging on, thanks for hanging around. Anyone who's new here, I'm Darnell, just talking. I'm just trying to do a BTS stream, which doesn't have much BTS in it yet, but we'll get back to it. BTS is behind the scenes, so I'm just going through the creative process. I don't really have a time for how long I'll be on here. I was just talking about when I thought of going over that little fencing. I was thinking of a video that I did, a short that I did previous, where when I went over the fence, I think it was the same fence, but I did it like the Big Show. I did like the Big Show and the Undertaker. Excuse me. I did it like the Big Show and the Undertaker, where I went like, one long leg up and then one long leg over. So in my head, I'm like, well, no, don't get me started, Mike. Don't get me started, Mike. So yeah, I did it like the Big Show, and so it's funny that I'll send, or I'll show the short without sound. Matter of fact, let me see if I could dive into that, since we're BTS, and I don't think you guys have seen it. Um, you got whoever's hanging out. I do not think you've seen this, so we'll just show. We'll get it. We'll figure out how to get this on the screen. So we're in YouTube Studio. I'm gonna just go to the content tab, go to shorts. It'll be easy to find because it had like a effect on it. I'll just have to cut out the sound so that only I hear it. Here you go. I found it. That was quick. That was quick. Did I cut off? Oh, I cut off the wrong thing. Sorry. So this is the short. This is definitely it. Oh, it was in my ear. You guys didn't hear that, right? No, Shadow Black. I use so one of the big challenges is that, ooh, sorry, this thing is tricky. One of the big challenges is that I'm a Linux user predominantly, and everything doesn't always work in Linux. No, excuse me, I shouldn't say that. Linux comes with the additional learning curve, and a lot of applications, they don't play well with Linux because Linux has a smaller audience, so there's no reason to cater to them. And a lot of the people who want to get stuff done, they get it done, and if they know how to get it done in Linux, they could get it done anywhere. So I did not try to fight it. I wanted to stay a Linux user, but find software that was hopefully free. I'm still like an open source person, so I came across Shotcut, which is actually what I'm still using on the Windows side. So look, let's do a Premiere. Make the pick. This is what I was saying. I really, really, really need a Premiere, like a Premiere stinger, because when it's time to like show off something. But if you guys are ready, just one of you just ping the chat so I know that you guys are ready for me to play this. I'm not gonna keep playing because I don't know how stupid this is. I don't think I could. I can make it. I can make it bigger. Hold on. It might be messing up. This is the display. Okay. Man. Alright, that's cool. Ready? Okay. So you don't hear the sound, which let me just turn it down in my ear, cause man. Alright. I went the long route. All I had to do was press that button. So I had a this is when I was in my effect arc. Oh, well. Oh, hold on. We gotta see that again. I'm wearing the same. Oh man, I'm wearing the same exact hoodie right now. That's hilarious, dude. Oh, we gotta see that again. I'll speed it up because the part that mattered, you know. Yeah. So hit him with a I got a well, a little big show. Yeah, man. Yeah, just reflecting on that, man. I mean, right? Shadow Black, man. I wish you would have offered that as I wish you would have offered that as the metadata back then because I was really struggling with. I really like what's going on. So let's just break this down since we're BTS. I started using. I think it's just the inverted effect. I don't think there's anything else going on. So what was interesting about when I started playing with these effects is to think that opposite gets you something so rich. Just opposite. You see my this is oops, you can't see it. This is white and it's black on the video. You know, we'll get it to where it's the well. All right. So this is the same hoodie, right? It just turned black, but now look at the sky, man. The sky is everything. And I started seeing my I was kind of gloomy. I remember putting Mac Miller music over it because there was a lot of like just vibes from what I'm watching, and I remember like the alternate reality. I was just looking like that's one of his lines, and I was just like looking through a whole different lens, man. But let me see if I could, and then we could get back on with the BTS. Let me see if I could find, cause it was kind of like I made like a little playlist. Uh, alternate reality. Here we go, and I'll try to catch the. So this one, and I was working on this like Dino Cam feeling, but oh, they go one of them. I don't think that chicken's still. I don't think that chicken's alive anymore, man. So you don't hear the music, but it's definitely some Mac Miller. This chicken, that chicken's black. So like that's what I'm saying. That chicken right there is black. And you see just the brightness. I think one of the other cool things with this effect, I think I usually show some sky. So that's a tree in the back. The sky is white. Yeah, man. I was really, I was really diving deep with this one. I know what I see, and I gravitate to that. Oh, you think you funny in the chat? Shadow Black must be nice being 6'8". Well, Shadow Black next time put 6'8", since I have to interpret internet chat. I know you're talking about height, but you put a fraction, my man. But yeah, man, this is what I was working on. I was on a different vibe, and sad to say, I kind of got there because did I just play this one or that one? 20, and it says 21st, so it's that one. Is this the same one? Hold on, because there was another. Anyway, we could get off that arc. Uh, okay. If you guys rest in peace to that chicken, man. I played. I kind of put that on YouTube as well. I had a video that showed shows an interesting story about that chicken. I'll do a whole dedication live to the chick. I gotta get some stingers, man, because when I tell you I'm ready to do a whole dedication live to the story of that hen. Never named her, but she was very skittish, and she would like she could fly. She could definitely get up there like 8 foot, 8 feet. And I don't have I didn't have any fencing that was like super huge. I'm working 5 feet. Once the chickens get a little bit of weight to them, and you're managing feeding and water, they don't want to go up that high. But that hen, she would always get out. And she got out one morning. I know because I came on the scene. I came on the crime scene. I couldn't find her, and when I found her, it was like, who shot you? Right? Not lying. This is true story. I could find the video if you want. It was who shot you. Her back was blown out, like somebody came and shot her. Right? I gotta take off the glasses for this one. So somebody came and shot the chicken, and I didn't know. I didn't know what happened. I had no idea. So I thought to myself, this is a crime scene. What are we gonna do in this crime? I'm going into my mode right now. We're not talking perspective or anything. Okay, so this is a crime scene, right? So I didn't have any tape with me to make sure I taped it off, but I was collecting data and information. And I turn around and I see a goose hissing at me, and he's doing his neck all crazy like this. And I have this on tape. I have the goose part on tape because I called my wife right when I saw it, because the chicken was still walking around. It was like a movie scene, like the chicken that got shot, but we didn't cut the scene yet, so she had to kind of make it to her destination. So my thing was, I'm just gonna film. So I turned on the camera, and I got her walking around while she got a bullet hole. It would look like a bullet hole at that point, and I'm just like, I don't understand. No one would have come back here. How did this occur? So I see the goose, and the goose start hissing, and I'm on the phone with my wife. I'm like, man, this is a weird day. Like, this is going on with the chicken. We've never had a goose come down in the yard. At no point did it dawn on me that the goose hurt the chicken. So the goose was a little aggressive. So I didn't have anything near me. I couldn't find anything that to feel safe. I needed to feel safe. And so the first thing that I could do was to think about like a Flash Gordon or Hercules movie, like the old school movies. And I have a metal garbage can where I keep the chicken feed, because you need to do that because somebody else gonna get in there. And I took the top off of the garbage can and I frisbeed it towards the goose. I I I frisbeed this towards the goose. I lied to you not. That's all I had, and it was like the best frisbee toss that I've ever done. Right? I'm, I can't wait. I cannot wait to show you guys some of this footage. I don't exactly. I would love to do a reenactment, but I frisbeed it, and the goose flew away. So at that point, I'm still doing it. You know what, Mick the Pick? It was exactly a Captain America moment. So you could do this all day. I mean, look, I tried to come on here and do some BTS, which I still haven't gotten to. You're certainly right. But you know how we roll, Shadow Black. You know how we roll, man. We could be on the walkie-talkies. This is nothing. This is light work. The fact that people are going to support you and all of that, that's a whole nother story. But me getting on here and just telling my truth, it's very colorful, the things that happen in my world. And the color keeps, they keep adding to the color. So I fling I Captain America toy. I don't know. Does he have like a verb to describe when he chucks his shield? Is there like a verb? Because I'm gonna use that. So I take my tin garbage can, and I throw it, and Goose flies away, and now I'm left with, all right, where is the backside of the chicken though? Like, where is it? Like, okay, I'm not gonna put it back, but I just want to know where it is. I didn't know that they have serrated teeth, geese, and I didn't know that was even possible. I didn't know that they would kill a chicken. But this is all because the chicken decided to get out, and it probably was out, and it's a beautiful black and white chicken that just attracts things. I never wanted a chicken. I mean, I did my best to be a steward around here to keep the chicken safe and to feed the chicken. And she laid some little eggs, but she was very skittish. She never really wanted to be touched or anything. And so this happened. And I realized, okay, I got to do something because I start seeing the flies follow her now. So once the flies come, let's call it quits. They gonna try to take you out. From at this point, it's the inside out because they could reach the inside. And Shorty is still walking around. So I said, all right, girls, say your goodbyes. We gonna figure this one out. I've never touched a bird before I had chickens. But what I can tell you is when it's time to do something about something, because everyone else is going to be in danger, we're going to have traffic from other things if we don't take care of this, you start to thinking. And I remember seeing a clip of another YouTuber. His channel is Edible Acres. He's actually in northern New York, and I saw him do a humane way to do what you got to do to move on with the chicken. Send them to the chicken fairy, and I had to do what I had to do. I ain't a punk, but don't push me. So I did what I had to do, and I moved on. And because I was in the era of filming it, I filmed the whole process. And it was an emotional moment because anytime I do consider that life, and I had to protect the life, and that's what I did in the end. I put the hen. I moved on to the next phase, and I took ownership of that, and I paid my respects, and I moved on, and I filmed it, brought it to this platform, and didn't get much attention about it. But it is what it is. I enjoyed the process. Did I upload the moment? I sure did. I sure did. Let me see if I could just briefly, since it took so uh, quick to find the last one. Um, I want to say, mm, yeah, okay, I'll spend 10 more seconds trying to find it, but I could definitely send it to you. Oh, you know what? I did it at the end of this video. You know, like how when people come in, I am ready for coach. Okay. I don't know what that means, Shadow Black. I ain't starting no team. You gonna be a ringer. I don't think you are of age of the youth basketball team. Um, let me see. Let me see. Okay. Let me just move this along. So I did make a video. Sorry. I had made a video. I think it's called a fresh start, and I believe it's in here. So I did like a montage of, when is this? 6 months ago. I did a montage video because I was collecting different footage, and I didn't know what to do with the footage.
Came back.
All right, let's hear the
This wasn't
sadness.
Small things. Thing I'll say is I was telling the story before. The last time I
Yo,
walked away from
what's
chicken.
going on, man? Yo, one of my goals. All right, I know I said what's going on, like you know what I'm saying. I gotta cut this real quick. Hot take. Why am I wearing the same hoodie in all these videos? This is embarrassing, man. Can you guys not ask me to go search for some more content? Please. Why am I wearing the same hoodie? I'm a hoodie guy. I have different hoodies. Why? Why? The Big Show video was like, that was from easily a couple years ago. This video is there's timestamps on it. I can't mock this. I can't change this. Why why do I have the same hoodie on in all these videos? Oh, let's get to it. It's just embarrassing, man. I have this one hoodie that I've been asking my family to dye I hold on to. I actually want to dye this one because in doing some project it got kind of discolored. So when the fabric is still there, I mean, I'm not the color. I just want the color to be solid so people don't look at me, because when I just throw it on and just go out the door, like, I don't care. So it just be a solid color. You know, I work on my own little fashion, but my wife has this term for me. She says that I dress hobo chic. So we're working on the hobo part because I don't really like the connotations of that. But apparently I'm hobo. I have a hobo chic look. This is not my favorite hoodie. My favorite hoodie is the hobo chic one with the holes in it. This is not my favorite hoodie. No, man, I don't. Shadow Black, just to answer that point, I don't have like, that's not how I roll. I don't have like a favorite hoodie. Like, I don't have a favorite hat. Um, I eat the scraps, right? Like right now I'm in the father arc, and I have young children, and I'm not thinking primarily about I need this or I want this or this looks good. So it's around during the season. It is one of the ones that I go to for like a comfort, feel, because I'm going back inside and outside into the cold every now and then. Um, so yeah, but I hear you. It's a good catch there, but you try to line me up. Ain't no comfort going on around here, my man.
In that state.
So yeah, so
For
I'm
like a
I'm
minute,
trying to troll through
came
this
back,
video.
and the chicken wasn't here anymore.
Troll or
So,
scroll, I guess it's the same thing.
you know,
Oh, let's do that cool thing that
I
people
gotta do
do
what I gotta
with
do
a
right now. I actually gotta start work soon.
what is the setting so we
Just
could
trying
do
to
the
give you some
speed.
insight. You know, every day
Okay.
is not the happiest day on the homestead, but just gotta do what you can to get by.
Oh, two. If you guys have vertigo, let me know, because I wouldn't want to spin cycle anybody. I was making some interesting.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
Oh, look at where. That's where I got that shot from on the real quick. Didn't realize that this was that video. Yeah, look. Bam. So when I'm showing this video, I'm still here, guys. I just wanted to show you. See? Bam. That's where I got that from. Okay. Hope that wasn't too loud. Alright. I hope one day, I'll just show this, but I hope one day I pass this arc because though I feel what I'm saying here, I I'm a dynamic person, and the offering here is very deep, but it doesn't. Again, it's hard to get this to come across. So even me posting it is it's interesting. I was in a peaceful place. I was hanging out in, I think, what was that, Wappinger that day. Yeah, but I took the time to give a nice message to whom I don't know. All right, look, a different hoodie. Look, I wear different hoodies. Look.
It's been too many days and I still make the same mistake and get like aha moments in the middle of being there. Like, oh, I probably should.
Okay. Okay. Oh, my little guy. There you go. Hey, look at the killer. Hold on. We have a killer. You guys see that? You guys see that? What's the old Antoine Dotson? I tell all my chickens, hide your wife, hide your kids. Hide your wife, hide your kids. That's a killer, bro. That is a killer. Now let's see. I'm gonna do. Well, now that we made it, let me get Let me get it in. I might have to do slow motion, guys. I might have to do slow motion so that you could get. We didn't go to trial for this, but I would have. I ain't no snitch, but I think I would have been willing to testify that the colors were green and that I seen this thing, and I fear. Look, so I look. I'll just play it. You let the killer. Oh no, we gotta play this in regular motion because he's hissing. Man, I'm getting I'm trauma. Hold on, the trauma is coming back. All right, yeah, we gotta stop the music because this is crazy, man. Yo, that is my. Yo, Mick the Pick, be careful what you put in the chat, man. But God, this was scary, man. I'm telling you, I'm getting nervous right now. Cause this was scary. Look, we gonna have to throw the cool audio that Shadow Black was like, and let's. So, as I told you guys the story, so you see how close I am. I'm not zooming. I didn't do a zoom on my camera. I'm close, and at this point, I don't know. I don't know who this is. I don't know. I didn't discover that this was a killer yet. I think I know. I don't know why I don't hear the audio. Hold on. Is it me or you make sure the desktop audio is
So, just came out for the count. I was gonna let the birds out today. We've been pretty good on the homestead, and not today. Not today. I had a game last night, so I didn't do the count, and I'm pretty sure the count was right.
all right, disclaimer. I don't know what kind of disclaimer to give, but I see where this is going. I see where this is going. But I'll let you indulge.
I had one bird that gets out
And unless I'm sorry, I don't want to be the guy that pauses everything, like pause the video. But 25 views 6 months ago. Just speaking back to the effort of what people do on these platforms to be creative and to share, share with people what's going on. I get it. I'm not doing. You always hear me talk about the thirst trap. I'm not here for that. I'm just a man drinking tea at this point, and that's not enough to give all this effort to get people to lock in and subscribe and to want more, see more, right? So I know that the internet will connect the dots, but man, people put a lot of effort and 25 views. Wow. I'm telling a story. I am telling a Dateline story of, you know, we don't know who did it. Like, what is? Give me one of those. I don't know if it's like Lifetime. There's these channels with like those court TV kind of channels. The trauma. There's a case here. I did the investigation. We had the witness. We had the body at the end. So let's just see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. And sorry if you really wanted to see some BTS in the creative process. We will get there at some point, but this
early
is
every now and
serious.
then, jumps over the fence. Kind of late on building an enclosure, and couldn't find her. Found her after putting out food and letting everyone out. She comes, limping out. Looked normal at first, and then I'm walking behind her, full guts. Guts out the back. Guts I've never seen before. I guess when we harvested chickens, it's the only time I've interacted with those type of guts. But
You can't hide. You, I don't know who that guy is. I don't recognize the hoodie. Hey, don't do it. Don't do it. I will be. You challenge me. I'll wear this hoodie for 100 days straight. Don't do that, Shadow Black. Don't do that. I got a little itch over here. But you heard the story. Let me just go back a little. This guy looks
she comes, limping out. Looked normal at first, and then I'm walking behind her, full guts. Guts out the back. Guts I've never
man.
seen before. I guess when we harvested chickens, it's the only time I've interacted with those type of guts. But she gotta go. She gotta go. I'm already seeing the flies. So
See, at this point, I mean, this is a little this is a little hard. I can't do 100 days, but you give me the challenge that you want to see, and maybe maybe the thaw season. Maybe that'll work for thaw season. We could do it until we see grass. Um, but man, just the words you got
before,
me, Shadow
I
Black, in the
guess
chat.
when we harvested chickens, it's the only time I've interacted with those type of guts. But she gotta go.
See that she gotta go. I'm I've gotta say this guy here in this gray hoodie. I've gotta say he's given real suspect, or as the modern word tree, he's given very sus like details, and I don't know. I feel like he's a suspect. I I just feel like he's a suspect. I don't understand. How you could open shut a case like that. I, if anyone in the chat feels similar about what was just said, we're just talking about the words. I know I'm deceiving you because I decided to play the video. But if I were in a courtroom, I think my approach would be like either close your eyes or just put a black screen and say like, do you think this person um, either did the crime or knows who did the crime? But that's I didn't expect that. I was sitting over here trying to live within the trauma, and I really didn't expect me to be snitching online like that. Oh, Shadow Black said so. Maybe I am hurt. I don't know.
Guts out the back. Guts I've never seen before. I guess
We're gonna need the
when we
transcript
harvested
of
chickens,
this
it's the only
to
time I've
really
interacted with those
determine.
type of guts. But she gotta go. She gotta go. I'm already seeing the flies, so I found the killer.
Ooh, ooh. Did did he blink when he said he found the killer? Oh man, they might have the wrong guy. That's all I'll say. They may have the wrong guy. Let's just go back a couple seconds.
Guts. But she gotta go. She gotta go. I'm already seeing the flies, so I found the killer in my first 48 of investigation. It took about 48.
What kind of TV shows is this guy watching talking about the first 48? Yeah, I'm on the flip side, guys, I'm kind of happy that only 25 people saw this video because it's given sus and it's given snitch. That's I'll just leave it at that.
Minutes, less than. It was a goose. Pretty sure it was a goose. I got a little bit of video of the goose, and never seen a goose. I've seen turkeys. I've never seen a goose on my property. And yeah, the goose looked mad. It didn't look like it was mad enough, but the neck was kind of strong. So all I
Strong neck.
did, I had one of these
Pause.
steel garbages or aluminum garbages, and I did a discus. I just threw it like a discus at the goose,
Mm,
and saw it fly off. Because at first I didn't know if it was hurt or whatever, but put two and two
that Captain
together.
America discus. There
When
you
my
go.
wife did a Google search, definitely was the goose. Because if it weren't the goose, then the chicken would have probably been taken away or eaten. But now I gotta switch gears. I actually gotta go to work, but I gotta switch gears to take care of this.
Oh man. Guys, thanks for hanging out and closing this case with me. It's really important that we. So little sag there. Little sag. Just want to go, full mass for a second. Thanks for hanging out with me because these things are important. We really got to get, it's tough out here. We got to figure these things out. I didn't know if the hen got shot, but we closed that case pretty fast because of the snitch energy of the guy with the gray hoodie, who claims to be the property owner. If you are, let me see, is anyone out here except for my core team? Hold on, let me just open. Oh, I can't do it while I'm on stream. Let me see. I just wanted to know if I have to say what I'm actually doing or what we are doing here. Okay, for now, I'll just nice, nice. Make the pick, cool, man. I'm waiting for that moment to dump a few people in, who I should reset the case to. And oh, I'm sorry, I'm not showing. the scene. This is when like Boys to Men comes in and they have like a acapella at the end. Yesterday, you know, not really much of a singer in the afternoon, but I do have my tea. So, long story short, I think let's talk about what did I expect when I made this video. I thought that people were so it was real. Don't get me wrong. It was a real moment. I filmed it and I didn't know if I was gonna post it. I just filmed stuff for just documentation purposes. And it was pretty raw. It was just like a raw experience. I remember how it ended though. Oh no no this no that was my other chicken. My other chicken who died. I had sorry, not a how do I say goodbye? That's how you say it right there. Right there, Shadow Black. In scene. Hold on, because I made all of this up. Because I do this for the gram. So what you do is you get the wheelbarrow. Hold up. You missed the fade to black. Alright, so I'll just tell you one of the issues that I have with this now watching it is maybe this tamper was there already because I think I know what I was doing in the area, but this is called a hand tamper. I see my cursor on the screen. This is a hand tamper, and it's an 8 inch by 8 inch, uh, pretty much a square block. Tamp down soil or any kind of concentrate. And I wonder, it has nothing to do with me going through this experience or burying this hen. But if I'm trying to tell the story, because again, if I'm faking this, it feels out of place because it almost feels like again now we have a new case where this case should be reopened because we really don't know who killed the hen when you start having random tools that are in the shot that should not be in the shot. um Man, this is gonna be an open case, but I'll just play it one more time since I faked all of this. When I turn around the wheelbarrow, funniest moment is like you hear the just the outside and then you get a fade to black because that's what happens. And then Shadow Black's gonna sing Boys to Men, the Boys to Men remake a cappella of Yesterday, and that's it. There you go. You got to just kind of imagine it and ride with me so you could feel those vibes. So pick up the temper. Um, okay, it's ready. Got real creaks in it. All right, ready and in scene. In three, two, one, close. Wow, that was awesome. That was awesome. That was awesome, guys. I think I wouldn't even be able to tell you at this point how we arrived at this. I'm supposed to be doing a BTS stream. My goal, I had some programs open. I'm working on a fall season, my first short. I could have had it done already. So it's interesting that I'm negotiating the time, but I think this was excellent experience for me as I'm trying to get better on the streaming tip and trying to have more confidence. Uh, it's day 14, so we'll keep that going. Oops, sorry. Oh, you don't even see what I see. Yeah, so I think I was in the middle of this video. Oh, that's why we went off on the big show. Great. I'm not going back there. And yes, I am wearing this hoodie because this is a video from today's endeavors. Cool part about this video is the temperatures are nice. So all I need is this hoodie at this point. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Audio's there. We're good. Okay. I think when I watched this earlier, I think I did follow the dance on the way back thing to get more flavor. But the Oompa Loompa walk's not really working. Oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah. So again, the advice for me, and I'm trying to get better all the way around. So my advice to me is like, until the director says, in scene or cut, all of this is potentially like content. Um, I only took two videos of me walking. It's not as clear right here. I'm gonna work on the color. That's probably one of the biggest learning lessons for this video. Maybe I'll redo it. Obviously, I'll have to wear the same hoodie because Shadow Black is working on this challenge, which we will be having graphics for the challenge. So stay tuned for that. Um, so the biggest challenge for me is because this was unplanned. I'm very disappointed with the colors. I think the richness of the coloration, if I were to chop this down, it seems very like deadish. I mean, from a film sense, it's good, but it's not rich enough. I think my camera could have did a lot better job if I paid attention to what I was trying to do. I mean, in general terms, what I do when I pull out my SLR camera, I'm trying to not be over or underexposed. So I changed the settings to do that, and I did. One thing about when the snow is out, I mean, it's very bright because of the reflection of the sun and the light coming into the camera. So it's a real hard medium there. But I think I need to do some sample shots to figure out how to get the colors more rich because I don't like, those are evergreen trees. They're all over, and it doesn't look very green. Or maybe I lean towards the real, film look to make this richer. I think the phone would have did a lot better job with this scene as a whole. And I could work on my big show. Now that I think I'm gonna redo this. So I think this is a true behind the scenes of the first draft of Thaw season part one. So let me just play this out so we could, see me not follow on camera rules. Oompa Loompa walk. Oh, hey, get it, get it, get it, get it. Okay. All right, so that's that video, and then I think where I tried to start when Shadow Black was asking me what is the purpose of all of this, and that's before I went into the sus and the snitch activity of somebody taking my identity to tell the story of the hen. By the way, I do want to call out um, that hen that you see uh, right here. If you see my cursor, that's Caesar. I'm working on conceptually. I'm working on a concept of the story of Caesar. Caesar got her name from Caesar from Planet of the Apes, one of my favorite series, and she is the last bird standing from 12 eggs that we tried to hatch out, not inside the house, but we gave a broody hen to try to break the hen's broodiness, which actually did. We gave it 12 eggs that we bought nearby, fertilized eggs, and 21 days later, this hen hatched out, and then all the other hens tried to kill any that her, including the other hens that hatched out. So we believe that a few other hens did hatch out, and they had a very short situation. Very short. Um, with all respect, I don't know how this became the BTS. Let's talk about the destruction that goes on outside. But yeah, those hens had a very short lifespan, and Caesar was the one that survived. I call her Caesar mainly because if I can get a close up of her face, she has like more poofiness, and if you look at the uh, the CGI of how they make the Planet of the Apes, like the hair, it had like reminded me of that. So, and also just, this is her empire, because she's the youngest and she's the reason why I have the rest, a good portion of the rest, because when she was the only survivor, I didn't want to raise one hen. You're not really supposed to, they're social animals. So, um, I went out and got six more just to support the one that survived. So even though she was the runt, so it's a whole story about how she was the runt of the group because I don't really control the age of the others. So since I got them right away, they all got in together, but she was the runt of the group, and now she is super productive in the winter. So I'm really proud of Caesar, and she has a story that I will tell and keep telling. So let's just get into this. Maybe we could at least get into maybe looking at some fonts. We've been going now for an hour and 27, so that's amazing. And in the background, I'm listening to Bad and Bougie, and that's why you see me thinking that I'm having fun, but I'm more so just listening to music. And don't get it twisted. Like this is me on a standard day. This is nothing necessarily to do with the camera being on. I'm always like trying to have fun in the camera. So that's that. So I'm working on this thaw season and all these windows. Where did I have? Yeah, so for starters, I thought it made sense to get on here. Let me just see if I can get this. Okay. And so I like to again use open source tools, Google Fonts. To my knowledge, I can use those fonts in any format. They're downloadable. They add new ones. They keep a pretty good collection of fonts that are easy to use. I'm not working on any projects that require bigger or deeper customizations. They get the point across. So I come in here, just show you from actually from the start. So I'm in here, and what's helpful is, I mean, I guess if you already know you want caps, you come in here and you put things in caps, and it's going to show you the fonts as you type them. Nothing new. I mean, most generators kind of do this. And if you don't really know any kind of filtering or labels with the font, I guess you could just browse through here. They have ways to search, for different fonts or different, words. So for now, what I'll do is, and I'm sorry, this thing is like jumping around. So for now, um, if you guys are still hanging on, tell me what you think when you think thaw season, because I'm more of a Arial black font person. I like broad, thick fonts, and the main reason why is I used to print T-shirts. I used to print plastisol, and when you made plastisol, which is probably a little have modernized a little bit because they're more professional prints that people just heat press onto shirts. But when you do plastisol ink printing, the the thinness of fonts is the that is a problem because if you're doing longer runs, then the eventually that thin piece will show up and clog the tiny little mesh holes of a screen. And then you'll keep printing, and if you don't have good eyes and you're not careful with the process, then you're going to have to do a lot more cleaning. So now we're talking about time and cost, right? Time leading into cost, so it will cost more. So since you're quoting up front, you're usually going to eat that cost if you don't know how to protect yourself by saying, yeah, these fonts are too thin. We have a New Yorker enter in the chat. Thank you. I'm not really from the year era, but thank you so much. You be with media. We've been doing a BTS stream. Um, you brought a friend. Oh man, that's what's up. I mean, cheers to you. I think this is the first time. And tell me, I need like a cheers stinger because I do like to celebrate moments, but I'm so happy you brought a friend. That's what's up. We've been hanging out. I tried to do a BTS stream, but some good peoples. Oh man, hot Dax era. Hey, you be with media. Shadow Black, that is a shout out to you, man. He's talking about the hot Dax from when we were on the Chasing Apollo channel. That's hilarious. I don't have no Dax in my house, but yeah, just to fill you in real quick, you be with media. We I say we because these guys have been hanging out with me the whole time. I jumped on here to do a BTS stream, and I was not full mass. I've been, showing some things, and we've gotten off into different tangents. We ended up showing some previous YouTube videos and some of the thought process. But I'm working on this short called Thaw Season. It's kind of a series of shorts, and I'm trying to use the winter to my advantage with the snow that's on the ground. Um, Holistic aura renaissance resonance. I said renaissance. I'll probably be on here for like 15 to 20 more minutes. I'm getting a time check by the wife. Okay. So if you're in here for the first time, thanks for joining. I'm Darnell just talking. Uh, I am trying to show the creative process with how I am working on things on YouTube. One, to improve the stream, and two, just to express my creativity. I have different types of content, and now when it's not spring and I'm not outside and I'm not in the mud, I feel like you could say that I've just been on here giving good vibes, doing some gaming, and right now, this is a stream that I'm bringing back that I did in the past to show some behind the scenes stuff. So hopefully, if you like, you could subscribe. That's up to you if you want to like. But really, as I continue to grow with this is day 14 of me doing a stream. I just, want you to come and ride with me. So let's get into this thaw season. I'm in Google Fonts, and we are looking for just a style of a font because when I do the thaw season, the most critical piece to a short is when you swipe your finger, the pop of not necessarily animation, but the pop of the initial uh, view, right? It's similar to in the on the web. On the web, since we read left to right, top to down, the 640 pixels, there's like a rectangle that represents where you should put the most important stuff. So we're looking for, we was doing it before the internet, tell the truth. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to glance over Shadow Black's comment. We Shadow Black and I go way back, and we actually have. Hopefully, it's still recoverable. Oh, guys, I reached over 100 views in total. So Celebrate that. Cause I will. So we have I still have videotapes that I hope I can get the footage off of there of me and Shadow Black, who's in the chat, doing videos when there was no bag. There was no bag for content creation. There was no lane for it. So I try to tell him, he got to slow down with that talk. But the reality is, I'm not here because of the modern era of content creation. I studied this as a major, mass communications, because I really enjoyed the field. If I had it my way, I wouldn't be the talent. I wouldn't be on camera. Now I gotta go full mass when I start getting into this type of stuff. I wouldn't be necessarily on camera, but I feel kind of forced to. I like being behind the scenes. I have like a creative mind that and consistency to try to drive what what a platform and what ideas would be. I have analytical skills, so I understand how to really look at these things and feed that into a show or a platform. So right now I'm kind of forced to, or I feel forced to do this with me being a talent, because it's not really happening. I can't tell another friend that, why don't you do this? I'll help you. I'll be the engine behind. And I haven't really, stated my claim to start this larger company. And that's really what my other channel, Chase and Apollo, was supposed to be for, which is we're still on that path. So I'm doing the groundwork right now. I think this is a safe room, and one of the challenges that I have, and you guys just keep offering it, whether it's in person or in this chat or in a side chat. Just keep telling me how you think I can improve or some opportunity that you see. I'm more so worried about the how you feel when I'm on here and streaming, how I'm getting the message that I'm trying to portray out versus the numbers of have you triggered something about an algorithm. So always willing to get that type of feedback. So if one of you, whoever goes first, could tell me what direction do you think I should take thaw season in as far as a font? Like if we were to work on a logo right now, and I use these categories. So this is the feeling. Uh, so they're trying to tap into the feeling of a font, or should we come down to the appearance of a font? What do you think, Ali? Okay, first we're gonna close this. Okay, what do you think, Ali? Should we look into the feeling or should we look at the appearance? Appearance. Okay, Ali says appearance. Yes. Half of it. Can you leave me half? Okay. Okay, we're not gonna be shirtless on a stream, right? Okay, buddy. Okay, so Ali says appearance, um, and I already have like my top two. I want this to be somewhat interactive. So the idea is I'm going to take these choices. I'm gonna see how it looks initially on what's this, Google Fonts. I'm gonna download the font. I'm gonna bring it to a different program, Inkscape, and then start working with different fields for like sort of logo creation, because I think that initial couple frames is gonna do everything for it to be more of a series like thaw season. Um, it's like I do want to use music, but I think I want to also use a short potentially to, the little montage when you do like they do news broadcasts. I wanted to find a voice. I don't know, maybe I could just use an AI voice of a newscaster, but different scenes of the snow and all the snowstorms we had, and like really tell the story of like the not really the story of what it actually is as far as there's snow on the ground, but I wanted this montage of that type of footage, and then I wanted thaw season to attach to that. So if you see that, and I start dropping videos that are either funny or serious and it's just a variety, they all attach to like that concept or hashtag of thaw season. So that's kind of why I'm starting with the logo, because there is no true basis as to thaw season. I'm not writing out a script. We're just doing it live. We're doing this like raw. So if I don't have anyone in the chat, if no one's here to tell me which direction I should go, I'm either seeing this techno. Let me just move this to the side. I'm either seeing techno or this inline. It's giving me a little bit of vibes there. Okay. Hmm. Because I'm choosing the word season, what's interesting, man, my tongue is like, I feel like I've been talking too much. Darnell been talking too much because I feel like I've exercised my tongue, and over time my tongue is going to get stronger with all this talking. But right now, yeah, I don't know. I don't have that much longer on here. I've been talking my head off. So what I was saying is, it has season in there, and that means that it could be that kind of word could be taken different ways. Somebody might think this is a season of, this is a season of the show. So it's an interesting concept, but I think I chose the right category so far. I like what I see. Tell me if you see one that you want me to stop at. Um, Again, I'm not sold on anything. I just want more of a cinematic feel. It could be fun cinematic, but oh, look at that. Hmm, interesting. What is gravitating me to this is, and let me minimize it so that you could see more of it. What's gravitating me to this is the tea has sort of like I could feel like a ice dripping down. It's the thaw, right? Yeah, when we get into like the regular 400, what I don't like is I don't like that the font is, it seems like it's purple in that. You may not be able to change that. I've never seen the fonts not be, and look, this could help me to bring an idea to the table, and I might just say, "Oh, I really like that T. Let me find another font, but then let me use that aspect of it." Let me see how big I can make this, because really it is the T. It's not, I don't think it's anything else but the T. I'm just looking at the T. By the time we get down to the 400, so what I'll do is I'll actually bring it in to Inkscape. So I'll get this font. Okay, so now I don't know if I'll have to close the program or not. Let me see. Big, Shadow Black, you didn't tell me to put this music back in, man. Yeah, I probably got like 5 to 10 more minutes, guys. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. But here's the other thing. I hang out on I've hung out on YouTube, different streams before, so I get it. I mean, if I am entertaining you, that's cool, or you just want to chill, you want to support, I really appreciate it. Um, if you have any questions about the tools that I'm using, feel free to ask. I'm Slack. Am I bad? I think you're speaking to a point that I had made, but let me I don't know what I was working on as to why this thing is so big right now. Pause. I haven't used these programs in a very long time, so I'm a little rough on the shortcuts and all of that. All right, so we'll figure out. Let me just save this. It's good to save your work. I mean, we all know we've all lost papers in the past, but it's really bad in the creative process to it's really bad to not save something, and also the application may not be able to recover it. The first person, when I get to the place that I need to, and I would need to probably hire someone, the first person I would hire would be to clean up uh, all the stuff. Hey, my dog just came in the back. It would be to clean up, you know, organize all of the stuff. I remember working for this lady when I got out of school. She did. I remember her name was Brenda. I forgot her last name, but she did docs, and she had thousands of tapes everywhere. And when she brought me on, she said she wanted me to like help her and transcribe her. I think she just wanted me to help organize the stuff that she has collected over the years. Um, so I'm gonna close this program real quick, just so that I don't have to figure out how to refresh, because I downloaded the font afterwards. It should open right back up as I want it. Yep. Okay. So we have the thaw there. So this font is called Haya. Okay, it's a German name. I ain't saying it. I'm not saying the name. I'll just put it. You know what? I'm not even gonna say it. We'll just leave it at that. Okay. It wasn't something bad. I just actually did not know how to say it, but I know it's German. Okay, so I'll just clone this, um, or copy paste. Let's just get the thaw, because the thaw, we'll get some season in there, but I don't know what I want to do with this logo yet. I just want to find what did I download? Let me see the name that I'll probably be looking for. It says two font families. Okay. All right, let me see. Oh, I didn't install it yet. My bad. Okay, it's that last one. Okay. Simple install. Um, I feel like the energy is dying down slightly. We really got to a real good spot. So just let me know, guys, if the energy's dying down, we'll close the stream. I'll be on later tonight, maybe 10:30 Eastern time, and we could definitely pick back up on BTS. I'll try not to go too far with this. I think the name started with a K. Okay, yeah, I don't see it. So I'll do the lazy, just close the program and reopen it. Should be fine. Okay, I see it. All right, so let's get this to look like the font, and it's called. Oh, you see it. Okay, so once I press apply, um, that's the font. Sorry, I'm trying to manage you seeing it and maybe you see some of the back end controls at the same time. So I could do this in a light version. I could do this in thin. So here's thin. Let me just make it a little bit smaller so it's just closer in size to, okay, a little bit bigger. Pause. Okay, so this is normal, medium, semi-bold, bold. Okay. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think I just like the teeth. Or what I'm calling the teeth. Probably like the thin the best. And again, I didn't do much to this. I'm not playing with colors or effects, but I'm not a graphic designer or anything, but when I see stuff like this, I would say it's pretty easy to like get something that is I don't say professional, but worth it. What I'm going for, and this is real quick. So this obviously I'm playing on contrast here. So when I look at this, I see potential. Don't get me wrong. I see potential. Let's say I threw like a layer there, put the rectangle in the back. Went with more. Oh no, not that. Yeah. Maybe I gotta make this white since it's in the back. What I was trying to do is just add some stroke. Pause. See, now that's more like I stamped it out. A little too thick. Pause. For now. So, I mean, that looks like you're you're going to eat some fish. I mean, look, somebody rushes in the door. We didn't give them anything that's super bad, right? So, hey, Mick the Pig jumping back in. You didn't miss anything. We went to Google Fonts. I kind of saw a font. I'll show you where I started at. So I saw this font and it was kind of speaking to me. I'm working on. You see how that looks on there? It for whatever reason it doesn't look the same on my screen. So like when I bring it into Inkscape. So then I downloaded the font, popped it into Inkscape, and I'm just kind of working through my process of what I'm looking at to get something out of it. I'm not there yet, but yeah, my goal is to just be very verbose about it, put it on the screen, and we'll just somebody has a suggestion, we'll make that come to life. So the thaw season, I'm definitely thinking about at some point there's going to be like a graphic that represents the first couple frames of the whatever thaw season video that I drop, and it's like I said, it's going to be full mass, and it has to be I don't want to use the word animated, but it has to be something that says something, because I do want to put music over the back, so then I'm limited as to whether or not I can introduce or add any sound or vocals to that thing. You pretty much can't at that point. So I need the image to speak and do something that uh, more than what images usually are able to do. So the only thing I'll say, I like where I'm going with this, but I'm trying to figure out, because I'm in like more of a shortened view. I'm trying to figure out how to reduce the height of a font. That's why I have that highlighted. Because you can, you could make it wider, the increase the space in between the font. Let me see. And Mick the pick. I'm not gonna be on here too much longer. Uh, I did have fun. We had a whole lot of fun, to be honest with you. And I've fulfilled my come on here and get comfortable and just do something. I think I fulfilled that. Tonight, I do plan on coming back in here tonight. I don't know why I'm not understanding, but I want something that speaks to the height. Hell yeah, this was an awesome stream. Thank you so much, Mick the Pick. A great midday stream while we are sitting at work. Today I took off, so please don't call anybody and say that I'm on company time. Don't popularize me. All right, I mean, I can't figure out that part. So now, I mean, I have some sort of a format. I'm looking at that tea and thaw. I want these things to play with each other somewhat, but I'm not feeling it yet. So I'll probably go hunt for some fonts later, but we could definitely play with some colors, even though I'm a huge contrast kind of person. I usually end up in the white and black territory. But yeah, maybe I could get some inspiration from, you know what? What is your favorite, while people we're closing this stream very shortly. Thank you so much, Shadow Black Entertainment. I'm happy to give you give me some encouragement, and I give you back whatever that is. So real quick though, I think I know where I started is cool as far as the thaw season, but I think I'm gonna go hunt for. I like using cloning or starting a seed idea from something else. So I'm gonna go look at some other logos, some famous logos, and maybe we could get people to draw somewhat of a connection between the logos. Maybe it's a style of font or something that would draw you in. I don't know if it's like if I'm feeling like Shark Week, thaw season, what is in the winter space. If there's anything that you think about in the winter space, the frozen tundra space, that would like logos that you've thought about or have seen that just come to your mind, let me know. Ping it in the chat. I'll bring it up later in the stream, even though the stream won't necessarily be a BTS stream. I do think that that's better for like this type of crowd. Maybe if I did that on Sunday, that would have worked out a whole lot better. But yeah, man, so we're getting better at this, and that's cool. So just a quick recap. We had an awesome weekend of streaming. Yesterday I prepared a cool topic. I'll continue to follow up on if I had a poll and what was said. Yesterday I had a topic about gaming. Let me see if I still have the graphic. That would be helpful. That would be helpful. Just real quick. All right, so yesterday, this was my topic. Do games disconnect people from reality, or are they just misunderstood? So it was a cool poll in the chat. I think that just to give a very brief, and then I'm really out of here. But basically, what I wanted to discuss was why aren't people more outraged that the government was wrong about games from the 90s and the impact on people. There's a lot of studies out there that show that sure, gaming can have its drawbacks, and it could help. I don't say help, but it could have its drawbacks. But there isn't a direct connection between violent games and violence in society, or people doing violence. But there is a connection with aggressive behavior. But I would like to kind of debunk that, because there's a lot of things that you can do that could lead to aggressive behavior. So it merely comes down to a disconnect. If we're looking at, society and where society was at, the people who were talking about games and studying games, they don't know what it's like to start their life within a game-based society. So now we're finally at a point where adults have grown as gamers the whole time, so they actually are going to have a more positive opinion of gaming and continue to move on and live their life. This, if you didn't know, in the 90s, there was a congressional hearing. This went all the way up to the government. You turn on, CNN or MSNBC, and you're watching Nintendo and Sega and leadership from those companies speak on the impact of games, because they thought that this was going in a direction, and the games that they called out were Doom and Mortal Kombat. And I just thought it was a fun stream that had some layered context underneath. And we did the stream. We could have a deeper conversation. The stream didn't go that well, as far as there weren't enough people there. I think my feedback would be, uh, don't do a stream like that on a Sunday evening. So we'll figure out when to have it again. And now that I have more context, I think it's a cool subject. It definitely be some back and forth as far as that, and we'll get a good poll out there. But I was prepared. I was prepared with screens. I was going to read off some stuff from Wikipedia and Time Magazine. I just think it's a cool topic, and that's kind of what I offer. I want to give light to some things. I want to give light to some things, and really uh, articulate them in a way that you don't usually hear them, especially on, I would say, these platforms. But that's it. I don't want to jump out here too fast, but I gotta go do something. I really appreciate you guys for being here. I'm working on my credit screen and all of that, but for now, we're just gonna do the same old loading screen and get out of here with some music playing. Everyone enjoy the rest of their day. Um, that's it. Peace. This was awesome. I really appreciate you. So the stream won't begin, but I'm gonna play it because I like how to end on something like that. Peace. I'm in the chat, so you'll see me.
Today, we eat